Okay, so I'm looking through my parts catalog for my 1990 430, and I'm trying to find the damper for the shift linkage that appears to be worn because I'm having some really jerky forward and reverse action. But the damper in the numbers, serial numbers up to 475000, took a damper that's chubby at the base and it's down low. None of this linkage looks like my tractor. Then 475001 to 477265 takes a very similar, this part looks similar, the rear has been changed a bit. Still not my tractor. Then for hydrostatic control levers and linkage serial numbers 477266 and higher, and oddly in 1990 this part number range actually drops back to 001 to start out. It's like they reset the numbering system, and this is what I have. I have these two stands here that have a pin going through it to hold the top of the absorber, which is oriented vertically now. You notice the linkage system looks totally different now, and the whole design has changed. And so if I go up to the front here, so look down in here, you can see the top of that tower right in here, right in this area here. You can see the top pin holding the top of the bushing, or I'm sorry, the damper, and those two towers, one here and one over there. And then if you come in from the side, that's the actual damper right in there with that silver label on it, and it attaches down lower down here. And that's the only damper I can find in the entire system on my tractor. All right, so I'm in the process of removing this shift linkage damper. It's right here wiggling. You see that. I just removed the cotter pin and the other pin that holds it, the large pin that holds it into this bracket, and the little cotter pin, might reuse it. Noticeable, one thing I noticed right away is that this is a gas pressure cylinder, but when I pulled the pin out, it didn't expand. Be interesting to see when I get it out completely. If it's as flat, it means lost its pressure, as I think it has. Okay, so I'll add this in a bit. Okay, so it was a lot of struggle to get this little thing out of there. It's just a lot of linkage that needs to be basically disassembled piece by piece. I just basically did a process of what's the littlest I could remove and still get this out. And that wasn't too bad. One thing I'm expecting though is when I put it all back together with a new one, that it's probably gonna be all out of adjustment and I have to go through the manual and learn how to re-dial in everything. So anyway, this damper definitely is worn out. You can see it doesn't have any, it's just toast, okay? The only resistance I'm getting is from a spring that I can feel inside. It was made by KYB, and you know it's part number. Let me see. I'll bring this up here so you can see that. KYB shock, and the part number is AM104880. This has now been superseded by a new number in the catalog, in the John Deere catalog, but it's actually a SUSPA part, made in America, has a part number. The part number is actually AM133368. And this part is expensive, and you can get it cheaper if you buy it directly from SUSPA, but it's a low volume part and you'd have to buy like a whole bunch of them or like wait, I think they said it would take up to 4 to 6 weeks. Or you can call John Deere or one of the other online John Deere stores, and they probably have it in stock. So, but this is a much better built one. It has the nice cast ends with bushings, and now it's time to put it in. Okay, so you can see that I disconnected the linkage in here. Sorry, trying to hold the light at the same time. There's the new shock right in there, the suspa part, and it's already on the lower pin. Let me see if I can show you that. There you can see I've already stuck it on the lower pin. And then I disconnected the connection to the shift control. This right here. This would be attached right in here. So I have that to put back. And I loosened a few other things in here that I'm gonna have to put back. And I bet it's all gonna be out of adjustment after I do this. We'll see. But now I just have to reinstall the part. You can see the top of the bushing right there, the damper right there. And that's gonna go right in there into that bracket. And hard to film it, but I'll show you when it's all back. So here I'm using these vice grips. Put a little tubing on them so it doesn't scratch up the paint. And squeezing everything here together. The pins going through the top bushing on the new damper. And I've got that little hole right there. I'm getting ready to put a cotter pin in. So here's a better view. You can see the top of the damper right here, and the bushing pin goes through it, anchored with this cotter pin. The other pin down on below, it just slides on and is captured. It can't slide off because of these two brackets right here. And then one more view here from the side after it's been installed. Like I said, the pin down below, you can see it through that hole right there. The bushing is slid over onto that pin, and then all the bracketry down here is what holds it on or prevents it from sliding off. So I've finished replacing the shift linkage dampener. That's the forward and reverse lever here with the orange ball on the end. Everything went back in exactly in the same position it was when I took it out. The witness marks on the bolts, where the bolts were on that 3 bolted piece right here, that all went back in exactly the same place. And you can see in the back there the new cylinder, the new damper. I took it for a drive, ran it through a lot of forward and reverse maneuvers just to check it out, and it definitely has smoothed it out. But it's now harder to shift through the range, or like more resistance. And I think that that's a combination of the new damper doing its job and me having to adjust that spring. You see a bolt with a spring on it in there in the back. That's the friction pads on the shifter. And I think I might have them a little bit tight. So this 1990 tractor is now running pretty much like new, and it's making me pretty happy.